Well. Look what we have here. We have the LSU Tigers in the Super Regional. Suck that Tiger dick, bitch. We have the boys in the Supers. We're going to crack the cold one. Coach Rob's done with his test. I have one more, and it's the final, but it's not for like 3 weeks. Anyway, Super Regionals are set now. And a lot of upsets. A lot of upsets, probably more than we've had in a long time. I didn't look up the stat on that, but from what some people have told me, it's like it's bad.
It's
probably the most
it's
non-top 16.
Yeah, it's not been a good weekend, especially for SEC teams. All right, 13 SEC teams in the field, 13 hosts. No, not 13 hosts. 13 in the field, 8 hosts, or 6 hosts, one of the two. But 13 overall in the field. That's all that matters. 9 eliminated. 9 of the 13. It had to be 13 in the field because Kentucky
That's
wasn't
what I'm counting in the field.
Yeah,
Mississippi
13.
State wasn't a host.
13.
Bama wasn't a host.
13.
Okay, 13. I'm gonna just look, verify.
13.
Trust but verify. That's what we're
13 in the field, 9 eliminated. Okay.
Yeah.
Not good look for the SEC. There's been a lot of talk all year that or especially when the hosts come out, that SEC, gets the cakewalk every year. That's why they look so good every year. They have the easiest path to Omaha. That's why they win Omaha every year. So on and so on and so on. There's a lot of haters on the SEC out there. But, hey, credit to you right now, okay? 4 out of 13 get in? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what? 2 got pushed to the brink of elimination with LSU and Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, look, you're talking about a disappointing weekend if you're an SEC general fan. If you don't have a team, you just love the SEC, you believe it's the most dominant, you back it up to the day you die kind of deal, which is what I do. I'm sure you do the same thing, saying SEC is the most dominant in every sport.
Yeah.
And
now Victoria's saying it too, because I don't know if you know this, but like how she came in here and engaged with you about the game, right before we started. A lot of people don't know this. Probably nobody knows this but me. In her vows that she wrote to me when I was reading the letter at Dad's house that Victoria wrote, in those vows, she said, I vow to watch more baseball with you and actually act like I enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Dude, since we got married, she has been, hey, do you want to watch the game in the game room while we play Xbox and PC, or do you want to watch it in the living room? Like, can we, whenever it gets late, like, hey, can we put the game on in the bedroom? But like, she's into it. Dude, last night, was yelling like me at the TV. Like, oh, what the fuck are we doing? And I'm like, bro, like.
Did she tell you she texted me the game that we were losing?
Yes. Yeah.
Just out of nowhere. You had stopped texting me.
So we were laying in bed and she said, I'm texting Jace. I went.
She said, what the fuck is this game?
Exactly.
And I texted her back, bullshit. And she said, understatement of the year, my boy, or something like that.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
So she has been into it, and shout out to her, dude. She has been a great person to watch a game with. Now, she is your typical, LSU fan. When we suck, we suck.
Yeah.
When we're good, ride the high. Right.
Yeah, well.
She's there.
Right.
She's there with the lows, there with the highs. Now look. I wish I would have seen a little bit more of, I guess, SEC dominance, especially in these regionals. But, for Vandy to win their first game and then lose the next 2. Against
Florida getting bounced. Nobody saw that coming.
Florida gets bounced. They had a lot of people that predicted them to win that regional.
Of course.
And they go just stupid. And, yeah. Alabama, 2 straight losses. They're out.
Mississippi State's out.
Yeah, Mississippi State. They went win loss. I wrote this shit down because I just figured it would come up. Oklahoma makes it against North Carolina. North Carolina's good.
Boy, them boys
North
is
Carolina's
good.
good. They were good last year. They're good this year. I would say look to see them in Omaha, especially because they go against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Now Arizona is red hot. We'll see. They went 3-0, won the regional.
Yep.
There were 6 Monday games, 6 game sevens,
Yeah.
right, of this regionals of these regionals. Number 12, Oregon going 0-2. Did not see that coming.
2 and barbecue.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, they started off against Utah Valley, which is Daniel Dickinson's former school.
Mm-hmm.
They lose that game. And then they go ahead and face Cal Poly.
Yeah.
And Cal Poly beats them. Who the fuck is Cal Poly?
Dude, I
Don't know.
tell you,
I
that
thought
was
it was Cal. Like
that,
legit, like California or whatever. I
yeah.
thought it was them, but it's not.
Dude, these games were so much fun. I know you had some stuff to do over the weekend and moving and everything, so you didn't get to watch Squeeze play. I'm sure as much as you wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch as much as I wanted to. I missed a
Dude,
lot Sunday. Yes,
these games were just. I mean, and I was texting you. I know you weren't responding. I know you weren't watching, but I was like,
we were unloading the fucking
holy
U-Haul truck
shit,
in Monroe,
dude.
3.5 hours away.
These games, I mean, look, there was a few points on Squeeze Play where they had 16 games on at once. Like the screen of 16 is what they called it, or some shit like that.
It's fucking
Dude,
wild.
In my years of watching Squeeze Play, I don't remember it getting beyond 4, and then or maybe 6, and then on day 1 we got 6 going, and then they go to 8, and then they go. Somebody, one of the hosts of Squeeze Play is like, "Oh, y'all want 16?" I see a lot of tweets that's like, "Oh, we need more games. We need more games." It's like, producer, give them 16, and then boom, 16 come on the screen. It's like, holy shit, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody, and they were like, "Oh no, more than 4. How do you keep track of all 4?" It's not that you keep track of all 4.
Dude,
that's not the point. You'll never keep track of 16 games
one
on
thing.
at once. But it's just the fact that when this game's in a commercial break, this game's in a 1-1 in the 9th inning with 2 outs. As soon as that one ends, we got another one starting. We got another one that's going to the 9th here.
Right.
As soon as that ends, we got 3 more starting here, 1 versus 2. Like, dude, the constant flow of the games, I thought, as much as I hated staying up till midnight, back-to-back nights on work nights. I loved the fact that I could turn LSU on my big screen, and then on my iPad, I got Squeeze Play going.
Yep.
And when I'm in a commercial break, I got 6 games that I'm watching.
Now, I will say last night, I put the game on my phone.
Yeah.
And on YouTube TV on my phone, and had my TV on Squeeze Play because Ole Miss was coming back.
What a game!
Ole Miss was coming back, and I just had to watch because there was a guy. Gosh. I want to read you some text messages between. It's a group text.
Here we go.
Look, and I felt bad for sending this text, but I just had to. Okay. So I am watching on my TV yesterday. Whenever, we got home from. Well, no, it was Monday. I got home from work.
Yeah.
Get home from work, and I sent a text out to an Ole Miss fan, a guy who really doesn't give a shit about baseball, and another guy who's an LSU fan. 3 guys I work with. We're in a group text for class, but I just wanted to fuck with the guy from Mississippi.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, what's the score of the Ole Miss game? Old lady got me doing some dumb shit, and I can't watch it." Okay. Now, meanwhile, I am on the couch watching this game.
Yeah.
And I think at the time it was 11-3.
Yeah, it was a big deficit, and it was 14-6.
So this guy texts back and says, "LOL, like 11-3, getting their ass beat." So I send him a picture of my TV that has Squeeze Play on, and that is one of the games that's on. And I said, "I know. I just wanted to hear you say it." He said, "LOL, I figured." I said, "That was mean to me. I apologize." I said, "Now watch. Just because I said that, LSU's about to get their taint waxed." Okay?
Their taint waxed.
Yeah. So he says that he was slightly inconvenienced by Ole Miss, right? And he, then he brought up a good point. The SEC looked like shit so far, right? Which they have.
Absolutely.
That's true. And then I texted later on. So that was at 7:30 that text ended. The next text I sent at 8 and said, "Hey, are you watching this comeback?" He said, "We got a long ways to go, buddy." And it was 12-8 at this time.
Mm-hmm.
right? So, typical fan saying, like, hey, man, look, like, we might have just put up 5 runs here, but we're still down 4, right? Let's hold our horses. He understands.
Right.
I told him, you went down 11 to, down 4 with 1 out. Pretty impressive. And then this other guy chimes in, and he's the LSU fan. He says, which let me see. He said, I know Mississippi people are a little slow and spell stuff weirdly, right? Because Will said some other shit. Where is it at?
Come on, coach, you can do it.
I'm sorry, because look, they lost, right? So it was 12-11.
They did end up losing.
Ole Miss ended up losing. So
14-13.
So Donnie says, y'all busted. I text back, hush, Donnie. We're down 5-1, right? Which we were. And he said, only in the top of the third, though. I said, Will said, it's Ole Miss. What's new? Because Donnie was talking shit. And Donnie said, Old Piss is always sorry. I said, Donnie, shut the fuck up. And luckily, we ended up coming back.
Yeah.
And winning that game. But I mean, dude, it was I was trying to look. Karma's a motherfucker. All right,
What?
Karma is a bitch, and she will come for your throat.
Always.
Okay, so but look, I mean, you look at some of this. Vandy loses. Texas, no one saw coming.
Ooh.
Texas, everybody thought Texas was going to run through that regional.
Dude, here's the best thing I saw about Texas was somebody put out there, I told y'all Texas was hot at the wrong time. This is a game that we talk about far too much of being hot at the right time. Little Rock, Arkansas, hot at the right time. The West Virginia Mountaineers, who we're about to talk about, hot at the right time. And, Coach, I'll give you one little preview. It's the first thing. Why are they hot in the right time? Because in the regular season, before the regional started, they finished 1-6 over their 7 games. Hot at the right time matters in baseball. We're talking about a team in Little Rock that lost 13 of their 14, sneak in by having to play a tiebreaker to get the 8th seed of their tournament, go on a 5-game win in 4 days, get to Baton Rouge, get beat, go win to find their way back in the championship, win again to force a game 7, and then end up getting beat. This game is all about who gets hot at the right time. They peaked at the right time. Texas peaked early. Texas peaked on a weak SEC away schedule and home schedule. They got to a spot where they got beat in the tournament. It didn't carry over. That the momentum of getting beat stayed with, or the non-momentum of getting beat stayed with them in this tournament. This game is about who peaks at the right time. When you peak at the right time, boy, it changes everything.
There's a phrase for what Texas did, right?
Go ahead and say it.
They blew their load before they pulled it out their pants.
Well,
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I mean, you look, right? Vandy Regional. Did you expect Louisville to go fucking 3-0?
No. No.
East Tennessee State went 0-2 in that one. I mean, you look at that and you go, oh shit. Okay, Southern Miss. I didn't expect them to win it, but I also didn't expect fucking Miami to win it. They had a tough one.
I was about to say, we talked about that Miami-Alabama game being real good.
Did you? I think you might have said it. Whoever wins that game wins this regional.
I think I did say that.
And sure enough, it was Miami, and Miami won the regional.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, that Miami team is the best 3 seed in this tournament by far.
Yeah,
by far.
Yeah, and they won it.
Yep,
they won it. Florida State, we expected that. I didn't think Mississippi State. I think Mississippi State had a chance, which they made it to the championship game.
Yeah,
but Florida State is too good. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about Florida State. If we make it to Omaha, that's who I'm nervous about. But they have to go up against Oregon State.
Yeah, they got a task on their hands.
And Oregon State, I don't know what to think about them, right? because you beat USC, right? I didn't expect USC to even make it, and Oregon State ends up winning the whole thing. I think they had a very easy regional. We thought TCU would have been the only team to kind of give them fits, and TCU went 0-2.
Yeah.
So
barbecue.
yeah, North Carolina. North Carolina's fucking
Man, I tell you
good.
what. Look, I'll just say
God.
this: of all the teams that's in this next round, right, the round of 32, 16. The round of 16. I can't do math. It's all right. Never my strong suit. It's fine.
That's why I said 6. Math is my strong suit.
Math is definitely your strong suit. In the round of 16, of the 8 that I want, if LSU does their job this weekend and beats West Virginia, which we'll break it down here in just a few minutes, if they do their job and get to Omaha, the last team that I want to face is North Carolina.
There's 2 teams I don't want to face.
Florida State and North Carolina?
No.
I thought you just said you were scared of Florida State.
No, I am. But I'm not as scared as North Carolina and Tennessee. Tennessee,
What about Tennessee?
Tennessee's the team.
Tennessee at home versus Tennessee on the road is 2 completely different teams.
Yeah.
And you can say the same thing for LSU. But when you put Tennessee in a real field, not a backyard fucking baby-ass park, when you put Tennessee in a real field, that home run that flies 310 is an automatic out.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do because I think they're on our side of the bracket.
Tennessee is on our side of the bracket. That is correct.
Yeah. Yep. So Oregon.
That is going to be an absolute battle, by the way. You got Tennessee versus Arkansas. Hello.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't predict that one.
I don't know if Liam Doyle throws game 1 because he threw last night.
Are we coming back in here later this week or we're only doing one this week?
I say let's go Friday before LSU starts.
LSU starts Saturday.
I know. Before
do
LSU
some
starts.
Regionals start Friday? Or
yes.
Supers?
Yes.
Some Supers start Friday?
Yes.
Do we want to go Thursday?
What day is Friday? That'd be the 6th? 5th? 6th? Is that the 6th?
Today's the 3rd. So 4th, 5th.
The entire opposite
6th.
side, starts on the 6th on Friday. Louisville, Miami on the 6th, Friday. Florida State, Oregon State, Friday. North Carolina, Arizona, Friday, and Coastal Auburn, Friday.
Okay.
So we can do that. I mean, I'm fine coming.
Do you want to go Thursday? Yeah, let's go Thursday. Let's go Thursday. That way we can make our picks.
Yep.
Kind of preview a little of each one, but we're definitely going to preview LSU West Virginia today.
Yeah. LSU West Virginia.
We have the notes already printed out. Fuck it.
Yep.
On actual paper. It's crazy.
There is notes on here.
I thought they were stapled. I'll be honest. I thought they were stapled.
No, in case I want to do this one right here, which I'll probably sit with this.
Okay.
Kind of like this.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can't see it up there.
Oregon.
I'm going full Georgia today, by the way. I got both top buttons undone.
I'm
going full Georgia.
We wore the exact same thing, and I changed after Coach Jace got here, and honestly was so focused on the task I was doing whenever he got here that I didn't realize what the fuck he was wearing.
Yeah.
So, and I started washing work clothes. Anyway.
It is what it is.
Okay, Oregon Regional. Arizona coming out with that. Did we say that they were going to? I thought you might have predicted it. I don't know if I did
remember.
or not.
I'm going to have to listen to that last episode. I don't remember, and we didn't write it down.
Yeah, we didn't write it down. That's our downfall. It's our fault. It's fine.
We'll have to write it down.
We'll write down the supers.
We'll put it on the board.
We'll write down the supers.
Yep.
But Arizona coming away 3-0 with this. I don't know how I feel about Arizona because Oregon, not sure they should have been 12 seed.
I'd tell you one thing. The ball was flying in Eugene this weekend. There was home.
Are they in the mountains?
I think they led all regionals and homers.
Are they below sea level?
Over
or above sea level?
Yes.
By a lot?
Like
not like Colorado, obviously, but
yeah, not like Colorado. Yeah. But the ball was flying in Eugene. The ball was flying in Athens. And for Little Rock, a team that hit 46 homers on the year, I think, hit 8 this weekend.
I can't wait to get to Athens because I really want to talk about.
Yeah, Georgia. All right, let's go.
Coastal Carolina going 3-0.
We didn't see it coming because of Florida. We both thought Florida.
Florida goes 1-2, and here's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Oh.
Buddy, you got a You got some splaining to do.
Well, he came out and did issue an apology as well as the
Wake
athletic
Forest
director.
coach. Did you hear about the Wake Forest coach?
No, I don't need to hear about it. The video's out. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did something that,
got some splaining to do.
well,
You know the best part about that?
I can't talk about it.
We just talked about karma's a bitch, right? You just said it.
That's true.
He said what he said, and if you don't know what it was, we will not repeat it because we'll get canceled too. But
Rhymes with maggot.
he went full Jaron Duran last
Yes. If you don't know that one, look that up. Jaron Duran yells at fan.
year.
Just literally
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Speaking of
But-
which, wait, a little not off topic,
Oh,
but
here we go.
not off topic, but I mean it's still baseball. Duran Padres?
Yeah, I saw that.
Duran's a Padre?
I hope not.
It's typical Red Sox fashion.
It is typical Red Sox fashion. The Red Sox, here's where I'm okay with it. That conversation starts because we've been knowing for 2 years that the Padres are trying to offload salary, right? Been knowing this.
Did we get that, these?
Tatis's name comes up. If Tatis's name's not in
One
this
for
deal,
one.
no,
1-for-1 trade?
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. With the Padres.
Yeah.
Or would they
no,
want something
no,
else?
No. Padres wouldn't do it, no.
What they want? Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to ask because
But-
his name came up. Now, can you remember?
Yes. Where was I even going with this?
Coastal, Florida. Wake Forest coach.
Yeah, Wake Forest coach. So we just talked about karma, right? And
Right.
how karma's a bitch. He said what he said because Andrew Fisher was at the plate and he was waving to the crowd like, "Hey, let's go." And if you didn't see the night before, he told the crowd like,
You can finish your thought.
"It's all right, I'm good." Like I'm expecting you to show up in a big way and be loud as shit. Is essentially what he said. You know, one of his big reasons for even going to Tennessee was that he said when he watched it last year or played in it last year, wherever he was, I think he was at Ole Miss last year.
Fisher?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said, you know, the crowd there, he noticed the pitchers weren't hearing the comms that's in their ears.
Pitch cop, yeah.
Yeah. And so that was one of the reasons he went there. And he said he expected, again, this the night before, he expects that kind of crowd on a Game 7 Monday, right? Winner
As
take all,
should
everything.
anybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so he comes up to the plate and he's waving the crowd like, "Let's go, get fucking loud. I told y'all just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Get your shit together."
Bitches.
Well, coach says what he says. And then, yeah. Moonshot.
Yeah.
From Fish.
Yeah.
Like, instant.
That ball
You want to talk
was
about
flying.
fucking instant karma? That is instant fucking karma.
I want to know. I was talking to somebody about this at work today. I want to know exit velos around the league, like average exit velos from everybody, from every team, and I want to know where Tennessee stands because I think it's got to be top 10. Tennessee has some of the. Speaking of exit velo, while you look that up, Cags called up.
Yep.
Love it. Love that move. Don't know where he's going to play. Don't know what he's going to do, but love the Cags call up. Is he pitching?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Is it a possibility?
It is a possibility because you can't give up on him at 23, 24 years old whenever he was throwing 99 at Florida. And he's a lefty. You can't give up on that right now. Now, remember, in postseason last year, he had the arm injuries. He only threw one inning in that game, and everything was at like 90, 91.
Yes.
Right? So he had the arm injuries. He came out, still hit, blah, blah, blah. But you can't give up on that yet. However, if he doesn't pitch at all this year or next year, I'll give him one full year. Yes, he has been practicing in right field. Because you got Vinny, you got Pasquatch at first base.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like
Vinny's there.
that's what I'm saying.
Salvi's getting old. He'll be your DH, which Salvi's in the last year of his deal anyway. So at 36 years old, so he is going to come up and play right field tonight. I'm pretty sure hitting in the 6 hole. So good for him.
Yeah. So back to it.
I don't see it right now.
Okay, Auburn 3-0. 3-0.
Yeah, very impressive.
I mean, for a team that we
very
did not
impressive.
think was going to be a 4 seed, they definitely took care of business. Now, did they have a weak regional? Yeah, pretty much. They were one of. I should have counted this beforehand, but I mean, no, this is a decent one. But look, their 4 seed went 0-2 as predicted. 3 seed went 1-2 as predicted, and they played the 2 seed, NC State. NC State, they lost 1-1 because they played 2 weak ass teams, and Auburn played, in my opinion, not no offense to NC State, but they weren't the best team.
Yep.
Right. Auburn goes 3-0, saves their pitching. I think, depending on, I mean, they got to play Coastal, and Coastal's known to ruin wet dreams.
Oh, are they ever?
Right.
Jeez, Pete.
So, do we see Coastal in Omaha, or do we see Auburn in Omaha? I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolute battle.
That one's gonna be a tough one to not watch. In my opinion, so we have a wedding to go to Saturday for mom's side of the family, and we're going.
What time is that at? You're not coming to the house for the game?
It's night, so that's what I'm getting at, right? So I might just use you as an excuse. Hey, look, we're still in New Orleans. Not gonna be able to make the wedding. Fuck it, and just come to the house. Are women invited to that or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I don't care.
Sure, or like,
sure.
All right, because we're probably going to use you as an excuse. We RSVP'd and said we were coming, but we just might fucking not. So whatever. Texas. Look, in my opinion, Texas. Look, Vandy lost.
I can't find it for college baseball, so
that's fine.
It is what it is.
That's fine. I didn't think so, but look, Vandy lost. It was very upsetting. I kind of wanted them to, at least give it a fucking shot. They went 1-2, right? Oh. And then you go to Texas. Texas loses not once, but twice.
To the same team?
To UTSA. Yeah. Texas sucks. And I said this when we recorded last episode. They suck against teams from fucking Texas. Any team. Didn't A&M give them a fucking run for their money this year?
Yeah. Dude, look.
They suck against teams from Texas. University of Texas San Antonio, the 2 seed, goes 3-0 and wins this fucking regional. And now they have to play UCLA, who, in my opinion, isn't worth 2 scoops of dog shit. So, my opinion, and my opinion does not matter. It does not. Whatever your opinion is, if you're in California watching this, first of all, thank you. Second of all, UCLA has not been relevant in a long time. Now, so here's my thing.
Okay.
Here's my thing now. MLB The Show comes out.
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time UCLA was really like in Omaha fucking winning games? Trevor Bauer year?
Let's see.
09 or 08, 2010-ish? Bauer year, or who's the other? Garrett Cole year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those two were on the same team.
Yep.
And they played LSU in the Supers, I want to say.
And yeah, that's right.
Right? In about 2010 or 08?
Yeah, somewhere back there, yeah.
It was somewhere back, and they beat LSU.
Yep.
And I want to say it was Trevor Bauer because I remember his pitching.
It was Bauer.
Yeah. And I think that was the last time UCLA was relevant. MLB The Show comes out. They pick 8 teams to make it Omaha. Cal State Fullerton's one of them. UCLA's one of them. TCU's one of them. Texas one of them. LSU. Vandy. Tennessee. I think I'm just naming all 8. But does UCLA have a shot this year?
Sure. It's baseball.
I understand that. And they're playing UTSA.
Yeah, I mean, you always got a shot when you're in this point, right? But UCLA's chances have really gone up, right?
Right, because they're not playing fucking Texas.
Right. And Texas really took a step back when their number one, that big lefty, went down earlier this year.
But then they got hot. They became number 1 seed. They became number 1.
No, they were already number 1 at that point.
But they stayed number 1.
They did, but they lost.
He didn't get hurt mid-year.
But they lost.
He got hurt towards the beginning of the year, I thought.
Middle of the SEC play. And then they lost back-to-back SEC conference plays. But, it's just one of those things, dude. Like, UCLA, yes. If you're asking me right now, UCLA is making its own ball. I mean, I just don't
They
see.
have a good draw,
I think
for sure.
I think UTSA is a good team.
Right.
Are you Omaha ready yet? Probably not.
Don't know. I mean, you go 3-0. Both teams went 3-0 in a regional. I mean, and for UTSA to go 3-0 against Kansas State and Texas twice.
So UCLA won it in 13. They beat Mississippi State 8-0.
Okay, so 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years. And then before that, in 2010, they they lost to South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina won it that year because I remember Jackie Bradley Jr. played for that team.
Yep.
And JBJ, I want to say, scored a winning run.
JBJ needs a little bit more time on the microphone, too.
Yes, love JBJ.
Love JBJ. You just need a little bit more time on the microphone.
All right, and we talked a little bit about it. Ole Piss.
Yep, Ole Piss.
Ole Piss loses to Murray State.
Dude, I tell you, this is
this super is going to be crazy. Murray State versus Duke. Duke winning the Georgia regional is fucking insane. Georgia going 1-2 against fucking Oklahoma
yeah, that's right.
Oklahoma State and Duke.
Yeah.
Tell me how that works.
These 1 seeds that didn't even make their regional final is
right.
Insane.
Right. And
like,
it just sucks that it just so happens to be a fucking SEC team, but it's like still.
Yeah. Dude, and you're talking about a Georgia team that hit a lot of homers in their regional, as did that whole regional. I'm pretty sure it is between Athens and Eugene. I'd have to check the stats. But that was your 1 and 2 for leading home run regionals.
Yeah.
Ball was flying in those 2 regionals, dude. Like, my goodness, the homer after homer after homer that happened. And look, you want to go back to Ole Miss and Judd Fabian. He hit like 6 by himself in that one. Like, Judd Fabian was out of his mind. He had like 8 extra base hits in this tournament.
Will Furnace was fucking on fire too, but I mean,
and
it just
absolutely shit the bed in the last game. Strike out a couple of times, makes a fucking routine backhand play, bounces right over his glove that would have ended the inning. I mean, just
if you body that up.
And that's what the announcers were saying. They're like, dude, you got to help your pitcher here. Like, you cannot allow another run to score.
Absolutely.
You chose to stay back on this ball and try to backhand instead of getting around it and just bodying one up. And look, we saw Jared Jones do it in one of the games.
Yeah.
And then the next game turned and took one right off the center of the chest.
Yep.
Kevin in front got out. Like, it is one of those things, man. You got to know the situation. If you're up
100%,
if you're up 10-0, sure.
Yep.
Try to backhand it. If you make the play, great. But when you're in a tight game and your team has the momentum at that, bro, take that motherfucker off the mouth and let's get the out and go hit, boys. And we'll worry about the rest of the shit later.
You got to. I'm going to skip this next one real quick.
Yeah, that's LSU. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I'm going to skip this next game, but I'm going to go back to it in a second. Arkansas, 3-0. They look impressive.
Man.
It's Arkansas. Now, we, not to brag or anything, but we beat them 2 out of 3 at LSU at home.
Yep.
And that brings me to my point of LSU does very good at home. So glad we're hosting a super.
Yep.
Anyways, Kansas with the 0-2 skid, and we thought that they might kind of give them a little run.
Dude, I tell you, look, Creighton winning this tournament, one of the hottest teams in the country. And they stayed that way. You run into a buzzsaw in Arkansas, and it is what it is. But my goodness, man, Creighton was impressive.
North Dakota State getting a win in this is fucking phenomenal for me.
Yeah.
Good for them. And then you go to the team that they're playing, Arkansas, Tennessee. Tennessee Wake Forest game was a classic. Wake Forest loses their first game against Cincinnati, and we're like, holy shit.
We touched on it a little bit with the Wake Forest coach.
And then and then Wake goes 3 wins in a row.
Yeah.
To get to the championship.
7.
Yeah, to force a game 7.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there going, what the fuck? Like, Wake's about to fucking make a super. This is bullshit. And then Tennessee lights it up they just kept hitting.
buddy.
They kept hitting. They hit the fuck out of the ball, dude. And then just on to add insult to injury, I mean, Tennessee just not only did they keep hitting like hard. I mean, dude, every ball that I saw hit from this game from Tennessee was at minimum 98 miles an hour off the bat.
Dude,
that's what I'm saying. They crushed every single ball, and whether it was an out or a fucking nuke.
Yeah,
it ended up being, like I said, I wish I could find the exit velos per team and so like top 25.
Yeah, I know.
Tennessee's got to be top 5.
So I'm going to pull up the play-by-play because obviously, trying to remember every single pitch, every single thing was virtually impossible.
I don't.
All right. But it's bottom of the 4th here. Okay. This is where a game changed.
Talking about the only person that can probably do that is Tim Kirchin. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, which is very impressive, by the way.
Dude,
I'm going to take off their ESPN here.
Everything Kirchin does is fucking phenomenal.
Bottom of the 4th. Here's how the inning starts. 2-1 Wake Forest. Okay. Hunter Inslee walks. And sometimes that's all you need to change a team. It can be in the 4th. It can be in the 1st. It can be in the 9th.
Bottom 4th, you said?
Bottom 4. Yep.
Why? Okay. Real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, but real quick.
Why is the host team not always the home team? Why does Tennessee get it here?
Why does Tennessee get it there and LSU got it away twice in a row?
We'll talk about it in a minute. Because it's in the notes to talk about. Not these notes, in our phone notes.
Okay.
Anyway, Hunter Inslee walks. Dalton Bargos K's up. All right, Dean Curley walks. Hunter Inslee goes to second. So first, second. Then you get a wild pitch. All right. Then you get an infield single. 2-2. Wake Forest makes pitch change. And here's where everything goes wrong. Wild pitch, 3-2. Hit by pitch. Cannon Peebles strikes out, still 3-2. Marin, bang, 3-run homer.
Yeah.
6-2. Gavin Keelan, first-round draft pick this coming year. Singles. Wake Forest head coach got 2 words for Andrew Fisher. Andrew Fisher got 2 words back to him, and it's a big fuck you. Bomb. 8-2. Boom. Like that in this one inning.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about an absolute game changer right here. Andrew Fisher is one of the best players in the country. His antics at the plate are very Juan Soto like-ish, right? He does the little he don't do the Soto shuffle, but he does the little jump skip every time he takes a ball. When he swings and fouls one off, he's got like the ooh look on his face, and he looks into the dugout and he's like, "Oh, I missed it by that fucking much." Like just pissed off the whole time. If he don't get a hit, he's just pissed. Right? There is no, I put together a 12 pitch at bat, I had a good at bat. No, if I don't get a hit, I'm pissed. Right? And then Inslee strikes out swinging, so you bat around in that inning, right? Well, Wake Forest comes right back in top of the 5th, scores 2 with a homer, 2-run homer. And then later on in this game, we see it again, and it all starts with a walk. And that's where LSU's problem came to. And we'll get to LSU here right after we're done talking about this game. Bottom of the 7th, Andrew Fisher walks. New pitcher comes in, single, strikeout, single. 2 score on that single, make it 10-5 at this point. And then you go out. Tennessee scores again off a double on Gavin Keelan, makes it 11-5, and that's how the game ends later in the game. But, man, I tell you, that bottom of the 4th inning, holy smokes, what Tennessee did, it was an absolute clinic.
I just want to pull up text messages between me and you yesterday. What happened? Do you remember when Tennessee is that when he said it? Is that when Wake Forest coach said it? You said there's nothing wrong with that in Tennessee game. I said nothing at all. And it was right before Peoples hit. Mm-hmm. What happened right before Peoples hit?
So it was the Levi Clark hit by pitch.
Yes.
And he threw the bat down because it's the second time getting hit already in this game.
Right.
And all he did, look, there was nothing wrong with what he did.
No.
Dude wants to hit.
And the pitcher said something. The pitcher said something to him. Or
It wasn't the pitcher, it was the catcher.
Catcher,
So,
that's what it was.
So he gets hit, boom, looks at his dugout, which is first base side, kind of throws the bat down a little, just kind of a pissed off, fuck, I'm tired of getting hit. I want to hit the ball.
Right. Instead of the ball hitting me.
Yes.
Right.
Looking at his dugout the whole time, flips the bat down, starts taking his elbow guard off as he's walking toward first. All of a sudden, you see catcher coming to the background, chirping.
Yeah.
And so he looks back at him, says something, and really he didn't even make a full 180 turn. He kind of just 90-degreed it, talking over his shoulder kind of deal, and said something. And then here come the umpire. He goes to first. Nothing else happens. And then all of a sudden they get together and they fucking warn Tony V, which if you watch what Tony V said, I even texted you, I quoted it to you. Tony V said something about he didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't even look at them.
He didn't make any motion to them.
Yeah, he never, Levi Clark never looked at the catcher. Didn't 180 and just stare him dead in his eyes.
Right.
Didn't 180 and look at the third base dugout. Didn't look at the pitcher. He's looking first baseline to his coach toward the dugout, and you can see it. He didn't even look at the first baseman.
Yeah.
There is zero reason to get together and talk about warning a team, warning a player, warning a coach. Here's the thing that pisses me off. Emotions are high. You're in a Game 7 super. You got a guy. You're down by one. No, you're tied at this point.
Loser goes home.
Loser goes home. This dude's already been hit. He's got guys in scoring position. He wants to knock them in. The crowd is rowdy. Boy, I tell you what, that Knoxville crowd was insane for all 5,000 that they had. The 13,000
Can we go next year?
that LSU had was insane too. Sure. And look,
we should.
It was loud.
LSU should play them next year?
Yeah, there. And dude, I tell you,
would you want to go to that, or would you want to go to a Tennessee Ole Miss game where we can wear orange and shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
buy
know.
a Tennessee jersey at the stadium.
I would,
But
100%.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
I'd go the cream with the orange letters.
I think I'd go black with Vols, with the Vols across.
Ooh, oh damn it! I made the wrong choice.
Either that one, or I tell you, I really like their white.
I'd get all of them. Fuck it.
I really love the white.
Let me work
with
some
the
overtime.
Big old T on it, the big ass orange T by itself. Oh, dude,
Right
sick
on the
jersey. Yeah,
The T on the T.
yeah, T on T.
Okay,
But dude,
wait.
anyway,
So right after that, you said Cannon might go Yaga here.
he didn't. He struck out,
right?
and then
And then I called Wake Forest Sleeping Bush.
you did.
Right, instead of a Wake Forest, whatever. And then I said K because Cannon struck out.
He did.
And then he said, I said, Manny did though.
Yeah.
And you said I was one too late.
I was one too late. Dude, it's just something about having a feeling.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about having that feeling here in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
When we get to LSU game.
Yeah. So Tennessee wins that regional.
Yeah.
Arkansas wins their regional. They go together. That's going to be a hell of a series. Best 2 out of 3.
Did you see what Tony said about this game?
No.
All right. I'm gonna just paraphrase this one thing because it's a minute and a half video from Jacob Morris on X here. But Tony V, so they lost to Arkansas earlier this year in their series. Okay. This is what he says. When you're in the backyard, whenever I lost, maybe my dad did it to me. Maybe I was a little punk, but I always wanted to run it back.
Hey. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm in. I'm all in. You now when we go to your house to watch the LSU game, I don't know what the fuck these was doing. Mama's at the house. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But whenever we go to your house to watch the LSU game at 1, I'm thinking we watch it outside. Right.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely gonna be outside.
Right. But squeeze play in on inside.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking.
You want the good news or the bad news? The good news is LSU plays at 1:00. The even better news is Tennessee and Arkansas plays at 4. So LSU's probably done.
Oh, fuck.
And the good news is that squeeze play is going to be on no matter what.
What's the bad news?
There ain't none.
I think the bad news might be after the LSU game,
The bad news is
Victoria's going to want to leave.
Diesel won't shut the fuck up.
I don't know what the deal is with that.
I don't know why he's barking so much.
Mama might went outside. I'm not sure.
All right, Coach. So let's go up to what? Did we skip over Clemson too? I think we did. I think we skipped that whole regional too.
Well, no. So I was getting to that regional.
Yeah.
So I was getting to that.
All right.
So look, and it's partially our fault. It's 100. I'd say it's 100% our fault.
What is
West Virginia going 3-0?
We picked them.
Exactly.
We both
We
picked them.
spoke it into existence. We should have said SC Upstate wins this regional and spoke that into existence. So LSU has a decent draw. Look,
It's still a good draw. Clemson's been a very overrated team,
100%. But
and West Virginia's been a very underrated team.
exactly, which is why it's your boy, tad nervous. West Virginia. Okay,
Talk about it. I'm going to piss.
Before
we get to LSU.
If anybody knows me, right? Which I mean, I feel like everybody watching knows me. I'm a huge Pat McAfee fan. I have not gotten to watch his show in about almost 6 weeks. But he went to West Virginia. And I think once he finds out that they're going to be in Baton Rouge, I think Pat might, I don't think he'll make an appearance, but I think he'll definitely talk about it. He'll definitely be rooting for him. And with the power of Pat, it's a little rough. It's a little rough for LSU to get this draw. West Virginia is a very hot team. They go 3-0, where they are the 2 seed in the number 11 Clemson regional. Clemson goes 1-2.
Pat's coming to Baton Rouge.
I don't think so.
Pat's coming to Baton Rouge.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Do we have like SummerSlam or something this weekend?
No.
Pat's coming to Baton Rouge.
Is there
Actually, we do.
Is there a pay-per-view this weekend?
Yes, it's in California. Pat's not coming to Baton Rouge.
Pat's not going to Baton Rouge.
Yep, it's in Cali this weekend.
Yeah. Well, look,
it's that it's the first one of the 2 merging. You remember who did WWE merge with out of like Mexico?
TKO. Is it TKO?
I don't know. Whoever it is out of Mexico, they merged, and their first stuff is this weekend.
So you know way more than I do. I haven't watched in a while. I've been busy.
Well, this was off of WrestleMania and
but look,
Backlash.
Now, while I do love the song, you know,
Country Road,
take me home
to a place that they belong.
West Virginia, coming to Baton Rouge.
I-10 will take you right
Suck a
home.
dick.
I-10 will take you right on back, boys.
We hope. We hope. We can only hope.
Yeah, well,
We really can only hope.
that's true.
but look, West Virginia, congratulations on winning the Clemson regional. Now here's my version of good news, bad news.
Okay.
Right? Good news is we're hosting a super, bud. We're hosting a fucking super. It's been since 2023 that we've hosted a super. In 2023, we won the fucking natty.
Yeah.
Now,
Facts.
Kentucky. Last time Kentucky came to the box for a super was 2023 when we won it all. Now, that was also the last time we were paired up with Kentucky for a regional, right? Now, whether they win it or not, again, last time we got paired up. Okay?
Okay.
Bad news. Bad news, bud.
Here we go.
West Virginia's hot. West Virginia's a hot fucking team. And we have not been able to score runs lately. I'm hoping the game yesterday kind of woke us up a little bit. Jerry Jones finally fucked another fat girl. He's out of his slump. I think. We think. What are we going to see from West Virginia? We're about to find out.
Can we hit pause?
For what?
Because I'm getting calls from my brother and my fiance, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Give us a second while we take a quick commercial break.
I'm sorry, everyone. Everything is good. Everything is good here. Brother just wanted to call and tell me that he was thinking about me on his way to the gym because I was working out yesterday and just got a text from fiance.
You were working out?
Yeah, just got a text
Couldn't tell.
from fiance that said didn't mean to call you. So all right, everything is all good here on Coach Jason's side. Where were we?
Everything's okay on my side, I guess. I don't know. We were talking
Well,
about.
I'm the one that asked him.
So we were talking about West Virginia, right? So I mean, look, they're hot. Okay, 3-0. Might as well give me one too.
Baller.
3-0 in the Clemson regional as a 2 seed. I mean, look, and Clemson. This is another team that didn't even make the final, like championship game.
Another 1 seed.
Another 1 seed that didn't make the final.
Yeah.
Kentucky ends up getting there, and we were kind of Kentucky's a crappy little team, especially when it comes to playoff time. We kind of figured
you can't count Minji on out, man.
No,
you just can't.
I hate the guy.
Yeah. I really thought he was going to go to Mississippi State, but boy, did Mississippi State make a good hire in Virginia's coach. Good
100%.
God. And they
100%.
took Virginia's pitching coach too. So Mississippi
State's going to be solid.
Mississippi State will be solid next year. This is going to be a force to be reckoned with because I saw something earlier today that said NIL money.
They just need to learn how to say Mississippi State because
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
They only got 3 teeth. So anyway, all right.
Just
so
kidding.
now let's go to LSU regional at the box.
Yep.
We go 2-0, await the champion, and sure enough, it's fucking Little Rock again. Little Rock.
Ain't nobody seen that coming.
No, before the final. Before the final, they have won. They won what? It was 7 out of the last 8 before the first game. First game in the championship game.
Well,
it was 7 out of the last 8 because they won 5 in a row in the tournament.
Oh yeah, the championship,
right?
Yeah.
5 in a row in the tournament,
loss,
and then
win.
Loss, win.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So 7 out of the last 8.
Correct.
I just did. This is how I'm good at math right here. 7 out of the last 8, and we were sitting there going.
We were licking our chops. We avoided DBU.
We avoided DBU.
We got the
we avoided. We avoided fucking Levesque. Right.
Yeah.
We avoided all that. We got the 4 seed that we just beat the fuck out of.
We got the worst RPI.
Hadn't allowed a run. Hadn't allowed a single run. And we saw the game before when Little Rock put up. What was it?
Little Rock went 0 against us and then put up 32 in their next 2 games.
Yeah. And we still haven't allowed a run. So we get in that game going, we fucking got this. We start Jaden Newt. He does decent. Yeah. That was a Newt game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The first championship game. Yes.
That was the Newt game.
I'm thinking the second one.
No. So we start Newt. And boy, oh boy. We found out very quick that Little Rock ain't here to fuck around. They end up winning and win 8 of their last 9. And now we got to play them on a Monday.
10-4. And just win.
And I told Victoria and I texted you and was like, I don't want to play this team.
Look, and here's the thing about game 1, okay? The game that we lost, first championship game. 12 walks / hit by pitches.
LSU
12, most in a game all year.
Yeah.
Coach,
by a lot.
Coach, they scored 10 in the whole game, 10-4. 8 of the 12 walk / hit by pitches. 8 scored. LSU left the bases loaded in back-to-back innings and then left them at second and third in the inning to follow that.
Yep.
We left guys on base. We gave them free pass after free pass after free pass after free fucking pass.
And then what did I text you that game? I said the 2 most important numbers. 2 most important numbers to keep low.
LOB
and BB.
Yeah. Walks are runs.
Walks and left on base. You keep those numbers low, you win every fucking game.
Dude, if I didn't hear a million times in my baseball career from my father, from your dad, from me saying it to the kids that I coach, from you saying it to the kids you coach whenever you was with me, my other assistants, from other assistant coaches that coach me, other head coaches that coach, I heard a million times walks are runs. And, being just as naive and just as big headed as I was back in the day, thinking I was the greatest baseball player that there was because that's how I played the game, and it is what
true.
it is.
That is true. A lot
Right?
of people don't
It's
like you for that.
Bullshit. Yeah, a lot.
A lot of people
lot.
didn't like you for that. I don't know how they feel now,
Yeah,
but
you know, things change, and if you put me back on a baseball field, I haven't played a baseball game in a solid 5
I still want
years.
to play.
I would still walk on the field today against a fucking Nolan Ryan, prime Nolan Ryan, and be like, yeah, I'm better than you.
I'm a bad motherfucker.
Because it's just the way that I think. Like
that's the mentality.
It's just the way that I think.
Mentality you have to have some sort of confidence.
Exactly.
You walk on the field against Nolan Ryan going, holy fuck, this Nolan Ryan, I'm about to fucking strike out. You're going to fucking strike out.
I'm going to go good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I'll be back on the bench.
Right, exactly.
Which I might still be, even thinking that I'm better than him.
Right,
but at least
100%.
I'm going to have my mind convinced and I'm a good
But not
player.
a Nolan Ryan. Now, Nolan Ryan's like, what, 70-something years old? I mean,
he could probably still throw at 90.
At 60-something years old, he threw out the first pitch, and it was
like
92?
Yeah.
It was some shit.
Something crazy. But, dude, like, walks or runs being the point that we heard that our whole life. We preached it our whole life in our coaching careers. You know, my 11 years coaching, yours was 3, 4. What was yours? 5? 4. You know, we preached it the whole time. Throw strikes. Victoria,
early and often.
My Victoria, my fiance, gets so mad listening to Ben call a baseball game because every baseball game, Ben says the exact same shit with, look, I don't know the college stats, but the major league stats whenever the hitters are behind in the count and when the hitters are ahead in the count. And look, it's true. When the hitters are ahead in the count, when you don't get strike one and the hitters are ahead in the count, they're hitting like, in the major leagues, they're hitting like 3-something.
Why is
340.
Why is that? Do you? I mean, if you had to,
because you can zone in on one pitch in one spot, and if you don't get it, you lay off of it.
That's exactly it.
But when they get behind or in any 2-strike count, major league hitters are hitting 193
because they have to be ready for anything.
And you're chasing, you're expanding the zone, you're choking up, so your bat's not as long anymore. You're shortening your swing, so your swing's not as long anymore. Like
kids, if you're listening, which get your parents' permission.
We hadn't said anything too crazy yet.
No. But
we're an hour in. We ain't said nothing crazy
I know. But we've said fuck a lot.
Yeah, we said a couple cuss words. But
yeah. But kids, if you're listening, seriously, if you throw strikes, right? If you get ahead 0-1, right then and there, that hitter goes, okay, he might come off speed here, he might come fastball here, he might come slider here, he might go sinker, splitter, whatever the fuck you throw. He might go anything other than fastball. Then guess what? You throw a fastball.
Yeah.
On the inside corner, you jam him. He swings, might foul it off, might hurt his hands, whatever. Now you go 0-2. Okay? If you go 1-0, he's thinking immediately,
yep.
All right, I'm looking for this pitch right here. And this pitch, if it's not right there, I'm taking. If it's strike, hey, I still got 2 more to play with. Like, I don't mind taking right here. Or I'm sitting fastball right here, and you're trying to get a strike. Because if you go 2-0, he's definitely sitting one pitch, one spot, and that's the pitch you're fucking throwing.
Yep.
100%. So, early and often, strikes. That's what we preach.
The most important pitch. If you are in the high school level, if you're in the little league level, kids, and your coach is not teaching you, if your coach is teaching you that you need a fastball, a curveball, a changeup, a slider, a sweeper, a knuckleball, a split finger, a sinker, you need all these pitches to be a great pitcher. Tell him to go fuck himself. Because guess what you need? You need strike one. Strike one is the most important pitch of every single at-bat. Pitching is offense. And the reason I say that, because if you're pitching aggressively, go watch Kason fucking Evans. When you're getting ahead, you put the offense on defense, and your pitching, which is supposed to be defense, becomes offense. And that is when you are lethal on the mound. Get ahead. Pitch ahead.
Yes.
The numbers don't lie, okay? Major league hitters are hitting in the 40s.
which everybody's teaching velo right now.
Yes, they're not.
And they're not teaching to hit. CC Sabathia said on some sort of podcast, how do you like the pitching today?
Mhm.
And he said, I hate it. I hate it because all they're doing is teaching velocity. He said, I can take my 12-year-old right now and in 6 years have him throw him 90. I can have my 18 years old throwing 90.
Yep.
He said, but he won't know where the fuck it's going.
100 looks great. Looks great.
It does.
But when you hit the backstop at 100, you look like a fucking fool.
Fucking Matt Willis threw one like 108 from right field.
He did. I was there for that.
But it went 20 feet up the fucking backstop.
Great. Not only did he get one run, but the guy from second also just scored.
Right. And Matt Willis, they tried to throw him on the mound. Apparently, that did not work.
It did not work. No, it did not work.
No,
I was there for that. Matt was a year or two older than me, but yes, it did not work.
It didn't.
I played against him. I'll tell you what. It was in the scouting report.
Dude, I 100% just thought about this. Fucking T-Lou.
Yeah, Troy.
Is a high school baseball coach in Mandeville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I could hit him up.
I could hit Troy up.
Either one of us. Bro. Either one of us.
I love Troy. I will say to this day, I've played with a lot of good baseball players.
Dude.
Let me tell you something.
I wish you would have stuck it out at Coastal.
Let me tell you something. Troy Lewis, of the baseball players that I played with, not against, because me and Troy played with each other for 1 year.
In GNA?
I watched him get to play. Yeah. And I will say, I'm about to be 31 in 2 weeks. In my 31 years, Troy Lewis is the best baseball player I have ever had next to me.
Dude.
Without a shadow of a doubt. If you ask me this tomorrow, I could have 40 more beers tonight. If you ask me after number 40, I'm gonna say Troy Lewis, and I'm not gonna hesitate.
T-Lou was probably. There's only one other person I've seen have quicker hands, and he played right next to him at second base, and that was Jacob Williams. Jay Willie had the fastest hands I've ever seen. I've literally watched him field a ground ball on the run, fielded it on his right foot, and before his left foot even thought about hitting the ground, ball was out.
Yeah.
And at first
Willie,
base.
Jay
Willie. He's a great guy now.
I love Jay Willie.
He's a great guy. Not a baseball player anymore.
He helps charter.
Yeah, he does charter fishing boats. He just had a baby.
He helps Andrew.
Yes.
Down at Halls.
That'd be a person we could hit up for a sponsorship.
Yeah, I love Andrew. Been with him 3 times now on Red.
I went once,
awesome.
And it was when he started it up.
Yeah, Andrew's a good guy. Jay Willie's a good guy.
But T-Lou,
bro, look. One quick story on T-Lou, and then we'll get to championship Game 7 game. I watched Troy with Dutchtown whenever they went to Tulane.
And played Barb? You were there?
I was there.
I was there as well.
Okay. Troy started the game on the mound. Went 2 innings, I believe, and we had about an hour and 30-minute rain delay. Long rain delay. Starters don't come back out at any level.
No.
Troy comes back out.
Mm-hmm.
Throws a complete game.
Mm-hmm.
And they lose because a man was
2-1.
They lose because I think a guy was on third.
No,
and it was 2 outs.
So runner was on first.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about the last play.
Oh, last play.
Last play, the guy was on third with 2 outs. Routine ground ball hit to the second base. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to call him out like that because I love the guy.
Say his initials, CB.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I love the guy.
We were up at that point. I thought we were up on.
No, that was game. That was ball game. And fields it, misses the throw. I mean, you're missing.
CS.
Yes.
CS did have a chance to pick that ball.
6'7" CS at first base. You missed him by a mile. I didn't think he had a shot, and missed him by a mile.
It was quick.
And guy scores ball game. But dude, I'm talking Troy Lewis, dude. Bar none, best baseball player I've ever played with.
Best part of that game, I don't know if you remember this, was Shake coming out to argue after Dude got hit by pitch. Okay, so Dude gets hit by pitch,
Yeah.
And immediately, so guy from Barb, right? If you don't know Barb High School, Gavin Guidry, if you watch LSU baseball, whatever, Gavin Guidry comes from Barb. Bro and Bryce Jordan come from Barb. Kenan Fontenot, Trey Quinn. I can name all kinds of Barb players.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Gavin Cicchini,
Garen
Garen Cicchini. But here's the thing about Barb. They play like Tennessee.
Yep.
They play like Tennessee. They play with attitude. They play with arrogance. But they're Barb. They deserve it. I will say they play like Tennessee does. Tennessee won a 90 last year. Tennessee can basically do what they want because they're Tennessee.
Yeah.
Barb is the exact same fucking way.
Yeah.
Barb is a baseball breeding ground. Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Cicchini knows what he's doing over there.
But this one particular instance, Troy hit a guy. Okay, hit him probably in the shoulder. And I really want to get Troy on here to talk to him about this.
We'll hit him up.
But Troy hits a guy. Guy takes 2 steps down the first base line and walks to first. Takes his helmet off. Looks at Troy dead in the face and yells, "Fuck you." Yells it. And it was elongated, like, "Fuck you." Like, it was one of those. Well, so then he puts his helmet back on, walks first. Troy did nothing. Nobody fucking Stephen Bright did nothing. Everybody, or Tibbs, whoever the fuck was catching, nobody did anything. Which, commend Dutchtown. Shake teaches his boys right. Shake is a great coach.
Yeah. Fact.
Shake comes out, and this is the best part of this game. Shake comes out and is arguing with the umpire. And when I tell you is going, his hands are like this. He got a gun, okay? And he is in the umpire's face. I mean, from me to the mic. From me to the mic and going just here. And I don't know what he's saying, but he's and just constantly pointing that gun at the umpire, and dude just berating him, like, which as he should,
right?
As he should. You got to defend his players.
Absolutely.
Guy just told him, "Fuck you." Everybody heard it. Everybody,
dude,
heard
it was loud.
I don't know why you were there because EA wasn't in the playoffs that year.
Nope.
Sorry, was that a low blow?
No, no, we did. We made the playoffs. We lost. We were in the playoffs
before Tulane.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. We were in the playoffs all 4 years of my career there.
I was a freshman. I didn't dress varsity. So
yeah, I was there because they were at Tulane. That's it. I mean, that's really the only reason I was there.
Yeah.
Ascension Parish team, like, it's Dutchtown.
Rode with Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's Dutchtown. We don't like Dutchtown.
We
don't like anybody else.
That day, actually.
But
anyways,
you go support your own.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, it's
yes.
Especially against Barb.
Yes.
Because Barb comes into Ascension Parish and just fucking dominates us.
Fuck Barb.
Just dominates us all the time. So, here we go. Coach, we are an hour and 8 in.
Anyway, so, okay, yeah.
Do we want to preview West Virginia, or do we want to save it for Thursday or Friday? Give us something to talk about. We've had a lot to talk about tonight. We've gone over every regional, and I don't think that was the plan necessarily.
That was my plan. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'll be honest. That was my plan.
So what do you want to do with West Virginia? Save it or do it?
If you want to do it, let's do it.
I mean, we're an hour and 10 in. We're going to Lost Palms tonight. Y'all want to come?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Can't afford it. Took a $5 pay cut. Get paid every 2 weeks now instead of 1 week. Got to try to save money, brother. And I got a tux to fucking pay for this weekend.
At least you get to keep it forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fit it forever. 100%. Especially working this fucking job. You see how big Dad's gotten? Actually, Dad's down to fucking 210 now.
Yeah, thank you. You'll fit it.
Dad looks good.
You'll fit it.
Anyway, LSU?
It's up to you. Or do you want to just talk about Game 7 and then we'll save
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, let's
do
save that.
Let's save it. We'll just put it right here.
Yep.
We'll put it right here because I guess these won't change.
No, they're not going to change.
They're not going to change. There's nobody playing. LSU, Game 7, and scared the fuck out of all of us.
Never a doubt.
Buddy, I wish I could read those text messages from fucking dude. Oh
Never
my
a
God.
doubt.
From stupid ass fucking Moeller to Aiden going, what the fuck are we doing? Gabe sending voice messages saying, come to my house, pussy. I'll fucking kick your ass. Like, dude, it was a hell. Tanner said he woke up this morning to 50 plus messages of LSU fans sweating about a 400 team.
It's true.
Right. I mean, and it was, and T-Bob.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
can say that because he put it out for the world.
He tweeted it. He tweeted.
Should we save it for the end though? When we talk about those two guys?
Go ahead. Look, so I got my wish, and it didn't pan out. But I did get my wish, and I have been advocating for Zach Cohen to start a Sunday game. Let him fucking go. Just let him go 5, right? Well, they started him, and guess what he did? Inning in 2/3 or inning in a third
didn't work.
It just actually I have it pulled up. Zach Cohen inning in a third, 3 hits, 4 earned, 1 strikeout, 35 pitches. Not good, not good from Cohen. I don't know why Kaysen didn't start.
I don't either. I don't want to question Jay, dude.
I don't either, and I thought he would have started the game before.
But you're talking about, I understand not starting the game before. And the only reason that I understand that is in case you had the situation that you had. Where you needed a guy.
Yeah.
In the last game.
Okay, so let me
needing the guy in the last game and not starting him is the odd part here. Like, again, I don't want to question Jay. We did it all last year. We've been saying all year long we're not going to do it. But you're talking about your 2026 Friday night guy. Bring back well, I'm not gonna say Skeens because he'd be Friday night guy. Bring back anybody. Bring back Floyd.
Ty Floyd.
Bring in Nolan Ryan. Bring in anybody.
Ryan?
Yes.
Aaron Nola.
Bring in anybody.
Anthony Renato.
Except Skeens. And Garrett Crochet. And Tariq School.
I say you just go fuck it and go Anderson and Ianson again.
Well, yeah, this weekend, yes.
No, this game.
No, you couldn't do it this
week. You go Ianson start.
No, you couldn't do this
let him go 5.
No.
Okay. No. Well, I'm just going to fuck myself.
No, but you're talking about your 2026 Friday night guy. Game 1, Kaysen Evans is that dude. It's already been said. Jay Johnson has said it for a few weeks now that's what the future is. That's what the view is.
Alex Lang
going forward. Kaysen Evans. He's 94 consistently. We saw him touch 96, 97. We saw wipeout slider. We saw wipeout curveball. We saw Bugs Bunny fucking changeup. Okay.
Career high 109.
This guy was that
109
fucking dude.
He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 12 Ks out the pen,
including 9 straight.
9 straight.
9 straight.
That was, and then a walk. But 9 straight was fucking insane.
Did you see the Yeski interview after the game? Nate Yeski? Nate Yeski said Cade Anderson was next to him and doing the books or whatever. And Cade was sitting there and he goes, that's 5 straight. That's 6 straight. That's 7 straight. And eventually Nate said, after 7 or 8, I got to look at him like, Cade, I'm taking my book too. I can count. Dude,
you would think after like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Just like an hilarious moment that happened in a dugout that nobody saw.
Loose,
dude.
Loose.
Like, never a fucking doubt in their mind.
Never a doubt.
We saw Jay go to the mound when Zach was struggling. It was like, get out the inning. We're going to go in the dugout. We're going to regroup. And we're going to come back and we're going to score a few runs and we're going to be fine. So let's just get out this inning. Now, he didn't get out the inning. You go to Kaysen way too early. But my gosh, Kaysen was that fucking dude. And magic moment time comes and you got Kaysen Evans and you got another guy.
I do want to talk about one thing that we didn't talk about and then we come right back to this. I promise. Miami dogpiling.
Yeah, stupid. Stupid.
Why the fuck would they dog pile?
Dog pile when you go to Omaha.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so look, you said never a doubt, right? So
Never a doubt. And here's why I said never a doubt.
well,
I got a phone call in inning 2.
I got a phone call in inning 4.
I got a phone call in
I'll talk about my phone call after yours.
I got a phone call in inning 2, 5-1 at this point. All right. This is when they went crazy. 5-1.
Okay.
Answer the phone. Hello. Man, I know you're just having a great fucking time watching this game. And my answer back.
Can I guess from who?
Go ahead.
I want to say brother-in-law.
No.
Okay. Other guy then.
No.
No?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
No.
Never mind. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah. Man, I bet you're having a great fucking time watching this fucking game. And I said, yeah, it's great. What's there to worry about? That was my response to him. And he started laughing. He's like, oh, I know you're being fucking sarcastic, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, it's the second inning. We got a long game ahead. This team has no pitching left, and we got Case and Evans on the mound. Like, we're going to be fine. And this is right after Jay came out and had the conversation. Was like, get out the inning. We're going to go in the dugout. We're going to regroup, and we're going to be fine. Zero doubt, bro. Zero fucking doubt.
But I ain't gonna lie. I had a tad.
Zero doubt.
And look, once we won the game, look, I have a whole group text of everybody talking shit. Right? Like, oh my God, Jay, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, and then once we won, this one guy texted and said, never a doubt. And he was in that text.
Doubt, bro.
He was in that text also talking shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, okay. But somebody took a bet yesterday, Little Rock +7. +7.
Oh, okay. It's a good bet.
It's a great bet.
It won.
It won 100%. Can I get a beer?
Yeah, sorry.
But no, so Jay Mart said it was a bad bet once Ethan Fry hit that home run, because Ethan Fry had a home run in the fucking first.
He did.
And
the
was
Tigers
like,
a 1-0 lead.
Was like, yeah, that's a bad bet.
And if you watched it, it looked like a pop up to the third baseman. That ball was so high.
Yeah. Okay, so there's two people that I want to shout out on this Little Rock team. 2. All right. Angel Cano.
What a dog.
Dude.
What a dog.
He wins hands down. I don't give a shit who you're a fan of. You missed.
I missed.
That's the first one you missed in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while. But he has been hands down the best player in this regional by far. Don't give a fuck who you're a fan of. Don't care. I know. Don't care who you're a fan of. I don't care what your thoughts are, what your beliefs are, who you fucking voted for president. I don't give a damn about any of that. Angel Cano was what? 9 for 16 in this fucking regional?
With 5 homers?
Yeah. Dude is a dog. And the other one is fucking God, I'm so sorry. I cannot remember your goddamn. Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Zach Henry. I said I wanted to shout out
fielder.
two players.
Center fielder.
From Little Rock.
Dude.
Zach Henry.
We played against prime Hank Aaron in center field.
Buddy. This motherfucker was running in the walls. He is the definition of a player that will do anything to win.
Yeah.
Now, this game he went 1 for 4. Okay, that's fair. But with a 290 average, playing center field like that, give me that guy any day of the week. Give me him any day of the week. He runs ball to the wall. He will do anything to catch it, to win it, to do whatever it takes. Dude is a dog. He is a dog. I hope he transfers. I hope he gets an opportunity to play somewhere in the big time. Which, look, Little Rock, You're a great town.
Remind me to look at that note here in just a second.
Okay. You're a great town, but sorry. Okay. Now, LSU players. There's one guy I want to shout out that did not get the magic moment. I'll let you talk about the magic moments. But there's one guy I want to shout out, Luis Hernandez.
Man, what a outing.
Luis, 2 bombs. 2 bombs. And then there's another text I got.
One to tie the game, one to take the lead.
Yeah. There's another text I got. Why don't we let the guy with 2 home runs swing the bat? Whenever he
showed bunt?
he showed bunt.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah. Well, look.
Look, Cano also showed bunt. Did you see what the coach said about that in his mid inning interview? So Cano showed bunt in that game.
I think at that point I was watching the game.
Maybe
I was watching on my phone.
Maybe this was the first game of the elimination for them. I don't know, but Cano showed bunt. The coach held the microphone. He goes, "Yeah, we don't really know why he showed bunt. That was not a call." Said, we got the hottest hitter in our lineup showing bunt. And he said, so, they had a mound meeting and we called him over. He's like, hey, don't bunt.
Yeah.
Like, let's swing the bat here.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He said,
please.
so, we got it figured out.
Yeah. But look, the LSU team pulled it off. They were down 5-1 at one point. And, it's mostly Cohen, right? He allowed 4.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Mostly Cohen. Which very disappointing to me, Bella. You're tangled up in the wires, baby. You got a big ass ear.
Bell.
Only one. Go see. I don't know. She's. I want to say a word, but she's not.
No, she's not. She's awesome. She's sweet.
Okay.
Hers is sweet.
Yeah, hers is sweet. Hey, okay. Hey, Bubba.
All right, so we've already talked about Casey a good bit.
Yeah.
I want to shout out my guy. This is my guy.
Okay, so before you say anything, this guy, deserves to be at the next level.
I'm gonna
in some capacity. I just don't know where because he's been a DH damn near his whole career.
I'm gonna call him. His nickname's about to start being Elmer's for me, because when we talk about glue guys, this is it. Ethan Fry started at LSU, didn't get playing time, didn't transfer.
Yeah.
Gets to year 2. As soon as he starts to get that playing time, dives back in the first base, fucks his shoulder up like Tommy White did. Thankfully, Tommy White didn't miss the time that Ethan Fry missed. Then,
was that who you're talking about?
As soon as he comes back from that, he fucks his hamstring up. All right. This is a guy with 0 homers in his first 2 years. Didn't play his second year after he fucked his hamstring up. Still doesn't transfer. The definition, we talk about that 2023 team and how the glue guys were there. Trey, DC, Floyd, Gavin, Big Lefty, remind me his damn name, Big Lefty.
Riley
Cooper.
Anthony Ackenhausen.
Dude, glue guys that's there from
Anthony?
the start to the finish. Sees the worst, sees the best. Like, no, Nate.
Nate
Ackenhausen.
I don't know why I thought Anthony.
This is the definition of a glue guy. And when you talk about glue guys, they mean so much to a team. Josh Pearson, glue guy. Look, here's the thing. I went to the first 2 games. Okay. Josh Pearson got pinch hit in both or did
can't
pinch
hide
hit
money
in the 2 games. They were both free. But
can't hide money.
Here's the thing about it. I'll take any game that's free 50, So
yeah, no friends in low.
Here's the thing about Josh Pearson. He pinch hit twice in those 2 games I was at. When I tell you, when he came out on deck, walking to the batter's box, standing ovation both times. Glue guy. All right. And you can't put enough stress on a glue. Kason Evans is going to be a glue guy. Derek Carrillo is going to be a glue guy. All right. These guys that mean so. Maverick Rizzi, glue guy. Cooper Williams. I don't think he's going to it wouldn't shock me, but I don't think he's going to transfer. He's going to be a glue guy. Cade Arambidi, going to be a glue guy. Jay Johnson just came out today and said we're going to be very selective in the transfer portal because of what we have built with our younger guys already.
We'll still get number 1.
So he is not expecting these guys to transfer. Now, we do have a couple on the board. We're not talking about them today. We'll talk about them next episode. But he is expecting these glue guys to stick there.
Maybe we'll wait for that.
But it's one of those things, dude, like when you talk about an Ethan Fry, you can't put into words what he has meant to this team this year. Big hit after big hit after big hit after big hit. All right. Goes 4 for 4, gets intentionally walked in his 5th at bat, hits a homer.
As he should.
Hits kids, go watch Ethan Fry go 4 for 4 because inside pitch, he pulls for a homer to start the game 1-0. The rest of the time, all he does is just punch and absolutely mashes balls
We left
to
the
the
bases
right
loaded.
center gap.
We left the bases loaded twice, right? The third time we left the bases loaded, we didn't leave them loaded because Ethan Fry was up, and he mashes a double oppo in the right center gap.
And it was so beautiful.
And clears the fucking bases to make it a 5-4 game.
It's a 3-run double.
Dude, it was insane. Just watch it. I mean, and it was the only 3 runs we put up that inning. Ethan Fry was responsible for 4 runs in this game. 4 out of 10. That's almost 50%.
Yeah.
That's 40%. Math.
Ethan Fry is that guy for LSU, man. He's a guy you cannot take out of the lineup anymore. You know, early in the year,
teach him to fucking play first.
It's a guy that, well, we'll get to him here in just a second, then we'll close out.
I will say,
we are an hour and 25 in.
I will say Jared Jones defensively,
lights out.
Cannot be replaced.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better.
He can't be replaced.
But let's talk about Jared Jones, because talk about a guy that's been in a slump, needed a slump buster. You just now said it. He got him one over.
He got him a big one.
Look, here's the thing. We went into what was it, the 7th that Jared Jones was leading off.
He went 2 for 5.
He got 2 hits. One was a little punchy the other way, and the other was a
nuke
bomb. And after we talk about Jared Jones, remind me to go back to this note here, okay? Because Jared Jones, for whatever reason, you or me at least, no, you too, me, future brother-in-law, all had a feeling. Okay, future brother-in-law texted me in between innings. Man, I'd love a walk and then a homer. All right, you text me. Jared needs to hit a moonshot because you asked before who's up, and I said Brown and Jones, and you text me right back. Jared needs to hit a moonshot, and I said, oh, JJ's talking to JJ. I like it coming off the field, and then they went to commercial break.
They talked, and then Jay Johnson like patted him on the stomach.
Yeah,
was like, "Hey, bro," like almost like you got this.
So then they went to commercial break after all of this, and so sure enough, boom, Brown walks. Yeah, future brother-in-law 1 for 1 on his call here.
Brother-in-law,
and I text you immediately. I said, "Strap in the seatbelt." I got our text pulled up here. I said, "Strap in the seatbelt." Ball 1. Next text to you, lock in the roller coaster seat. Ball 2. You text me going up, and they had a mound meeting here. All right, so there was a little delay in our next text message. And I said, when they came back, I said, grab the handles, and I hit send, and I typed, see ya. Before the pitch even happened, I already had see ya typed out, and you text me back, hold on. And I'm sure my dots were up on your phone because I already had see ya typed out.
I meant hold on as in hold on.
Yeah, hold on to because I said grab the handles, and you said hold on.
Yeah.
And I already had see ya typed out. And as soon as ball makes contact with bat, I hit send.
Ball was going off the bat.
And you text me, wee.
I did. Yeah. We were coming out. We were riding on the roller coaster.
Dude. And so I text brother-in-law back immediately. I said, you fucking called it. I screenshotted ours. I sent it to him. I said, I called it with you. I sent it to my buddy Blake, said, called this shit. I sent it to Brant Levin, called this shit. Like, dude, the feeling was there that Jared Jones was about to do something special.
He had to. Because
like, I got the chills right now. I got my fucking eyes are teared up right now because
no, they're just draining. They're just training.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like when you just love baseball so much. Victoria gets on me all the time. She's like, "Why are your eyes glassy? Just because something big happens?" Like, I love baseball,
dude. I will watch a highlight,
big moment dude.
Every now and then. If you go on like my YouTube homepage, you'll see highlights from April, April 2025, and I'll watch it, and it'll be a badass play, and I'll like start like hyperventilating and damn near crying.
Dude, I'm telling you, look.
And Victoria's like, she'll look at me and be like, just kind of confused. And I love baseball.
I just love baseball. Like that's
love baseball. And it's insane just the shit that happened in this game. Down 5-1 and we won 10-6. Put up 9 since we were down 5-1 and allowed 1. Casey Evans.
Kaysen is that guy. Look, you had dual magic moment here with Kaysen Evans and Ethan Fry.
Right.
Fry goes 4 for 4, gets intentionally.
And then Ianson comes in.
Yeah, and then Ianson comes in, does what he was expected to do. Jay Johnson said he had the conversation with him on Wednesday that he was going to start Friday because they expected, or not expected, but just in case this situation came up.
Why not Cade there? You know what I mean? Like why not swap that and say and talk to Cade and say, hey, you're starting Friday.
Because in my opinion,
is Ianson better?
Team save 1A for game 2 just in case you lose. They just do. In the regional and the super regional, they just do. Now for LSU and the super regional, they won't. Okay, Ant pitched on a Monday. You can bet your fucking ass Cade is throwing Saturday, game 1.
Oh, 100%.
And you can bet your fucking ass that Ant's on the mound in game 2.
100%.
And you can bet your damn ass
that there won't be a game 3, bitch.
That
fuck you,
West Virginia. If there is, Kaysen is starting game 3.
Are we picking West Virginia?
Unless.
No, there is no game 4. You have to start Kaysen.
Unless game 2 is an 8-6, 5-4 kind of game going to the 8th.
And you throw Kaysen?
Then Kaysen's in. That's it. Anyway, Coach, I'm done. We got West Virginia versus LSU. We'll cover it. We got some notes that we didn't hit on with UTSA and Vandy.
We will
some notes that we didn't touch.
Will predict. They probably won't be right, but we will predict the supers.
It's part of predictions, though.
In a couple days.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that. And then also we will kind of go in depth for this LSU West Virginia series. So also be on the lookout for that. So just be on the lookout for our next episode coming up. Friday morning. Yes, absolutely.
We'll get in here Thursday. We'll talk about these games that are starting Friday. LSU's Saturday hopefully Saturday and Sunday. Right side of the bracket.
If it's Saturday and Sunday, we'll be back in here Monday morning or Monday afternoon. And if it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we'll be in here Tuesday afternoon.
Like we are today.
Yeah. Yep. And then we'll be going
remind me.
We'll be going Omaha.
You didn't remind me of my note. So we talked about the center fielder.
It's not my job.
Just super fast. I asked you twice. Super fast. Here. We talked about that center fielder and how good he was for Little Rock, right? When Jared Jones hit the homer and he didn't rob it, he came back down. So he climbed the wall.
Oh, no. He pulled a Ichiro?
Ichiro, Bo Jackson, fucking King Griffey Jr.
Yeah, one of those.
Call him, right? He climbed the wall. He comes back down, and you can see him just like, fuck! Like, he was pissed that he didn't catch the ball kind of deal. Anyway, what a stud. This is your boys here. This is Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob here. We have had a great time. We're an hour and 33 in. Coach Rob missed. I missed earlier. It is what it is. The Tigers move on to the Supers. We will be back at the box again this weekend hosting West Virginia.
We going?
No, because we're watching game 1 at the house. Hopefully, use me as the excuse to not go to the wedding, watch game 1 at the house. True,
but if Mom has tickets.
Maybe go to game 2. I won't be opposed to that, considering that's only at 5 o'clock.
We'll see.
Sunday.
We'll see.
Like I said, I can get us tickets.
Like I said, I got money for your tux.
I got 3 people that have season tickets that don't plan on going that can get tickets. So
if they're free, I'm down.
Okay, I'll check into them for us. So your boys might be in the box by some beer or 4. But anyway, if we don't see you,
if I buy the tux, I can't afford beer.
All right, if we don't see you, $12 beers are a lot. If we don't see you at the box, we will be watching from the house, my house in particular, on the outside patio.
Come to the house.
Drinking some beers.
Open invitation to Coach Jason's house.
Yep. Drinking some beers, having a good time. The boys are going to be rocking. The Tigers are buzzing. The boys are going to be buzzing. Again, I'm Coach Jace.
Buzzing. I'm Coach Rob.
That's Coach Rob. We're your boys here at Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.